In this video, I will share with you what you need to do to maximize and optimize your bedroom space into a YouTube studio. Hi, this is Vojko Michnia and welcome to the vlog. Welcome back into my YouTube studio here in Beijing, north of Beijing in Changping district. In this video, I want to tell you and share with you my experience of how to set up a YouTube studio in your bedroom. As you might recall from a previous vlog, this is my YouTube studio and also this is our guest bedroom. So this could basically be a YouTube studio inside a bedroom. How do you combine the two? In this video, I will share with you what you need to do to maximize and optimize your bedroom space into a YouTube studio. But before we do that, this nightmare here, this desk here, all these things around here need to be shifted around a bit. I've been thinking about this moment, I've been planning it, so I'm all ready to make the changes and record the process and share with you my tips and tricks on how to build the most awesome and the most optimal YouTube studio in a bedroom. Here we go. So this is what the studio looks like now, and this is what the studio will look like in a few hours time. Stop. Woo! Done. This is crazy. It's already evening, like it's totally dark outside. It took me the whole afternoon to, set this up and be now ready for this vlog. How to set up a YouTube studio in your bedroom. Now, at number one, we're gonna have 10 points of interest. At number one, it is very important to understand the geography of your room. So my mistake was that my back was to the window, the camera was facing the window. So the light was coming from behind instead of from the front. So make sure your desk, the recording point, is in front of the window. And then you can benefit from the natural light coming from outside. At number two, we're gonna talk about sound. For me, this was a struggle for a very, very long time, but I think I finally sorted it out. To improve the sound of the room, the acoustics of the room, I recommend you get some acoustic foam panels to absorb the sound that's bouncing off these square walls. This will totally improve the sound of your video. At the same time, it is not a bad idea to get some carpets to cushion the floor and to also help with the sound wave bouncing off, the furniture and whatnot. Now, if it's your room and you're not renting out and you can, glue stuff on the walls, I recommend you also put some acoustic foams on the ceiling. I can't do that. It's not my apartment, so I better not mess up with it. At number three, we're gonna talk about workspace. Many people misunderstand the word YouTuber and they don't realize that YouTubers, video creators, spend a lot of time at a desk editing, right? You're out, you're shooting your footage, you're engaging with other creators, but you still come home and for a 15-minute video you spend 2 to 3 hours of editing. So your work area is pretty important. Make sure you have a nice, comfortable chair and a good, sturdy desk you can work at, and you can get used to and enter, an editing routine. And the moment you sit down at your desk, you enter the zone and you start, editing and get those creative juices flowing. Now, what gets people excited about YouTube is cameras and technology. I don't know about you, but I like to have all my cameras out and ready to shoot. So here's my Canon and here's my Sony, and they're out and always, ready and pointing at my workspace, at my recording area. And if I need to move them around, I can quickly move them around. So cameras are out, and it's very important to have them ready, because sometimes you're really ready to start shooting, and then you have to take your cameras out and you have to set them up, and it's just better when you can just push the button and start recording. Now, for the cameras that I don't use, I have this technology rack over here where I keep everything nicely in boxes, very organized, so that I know exactly where things are. You saw in the intro B-roll that I had podcasting set up. Well, I dismantled the podcasting section and I put it all here in the boxes. So cameras are very important, but don't get caught up in oh, I need the best camera, oh, I need the most expensive camera. Actually, what I'm using right now is a Canon G7X, which is very small, very compact, pretty affordable. So, just start doing. Don't worry too much about the cameras. But if you're setting up a studio in your bedroom, it's nice to have the cameras ready. Now, one of the problems that I have with the cameras being out is that they can get a bit dusty. So if you don't use them too often or that often, make sure you dust them off, or you cover them with something so that they don't get too dusty. At 5, you need tripods. Trust me, you want to invest in some good tripods so that the video is not too shaky, unless you're doing this vlogging style where it does not really matter. But if you're shooting some B-roll or some very fancy footage where you need to have the camera steady, you need to use tripod. Now, if you have 2 cameras in one tripod, you'll have to keep changing the tripod and the camera. So I suggest you have 1 camera and 1 tripod each. All right, now I have a few extra tripods for the GoPro and for other cameras, for the smaller cameras, and I don't use them that often, so I keep the other tripods here in the technology rack corner. There's a selfie stick here. Many people kind of not really care too much about tripods, but they are very, very, very crucial element of your bedroom YouTube studio. I said that sound is very important, so at number 6 we're going to talk about microphones. I had quite a few microphones in my career, and I realized that you need to get a good microphone. Invest all your money, all you can afford, in the best microphone on the market that you can afford, and go with it. I have this amazing Rode, which just gives very, very nice and crisp sound. It's perfect. It's always on my Canon 70D. It's for shooting inside, outside, whenever and whatever. I also have a Blue Yeti here, which I use for voiceovers. I keep it close by. All I need to do is put it on the desk, plug it in, and ta-da, I'm ready to rock and roll. Now, if you're shooting at home in your bedroom and that will be your usual shooting location, you will want to have something nice in the background, right? Do you want to have the bed in the background? Well, if your bed is nice and fancy, yes. Do you want to have a bookshelf in the background? Yeah, that's actually a good idea. Or if you have the panels in the background, you can put some art on them. Sometimes I kind of get like annoyed with YouTubers who do like studio recording, podcasting, and the panels are just crap. I mean, you know, you could just put some effort into decorating them just a tiny bit. So here I brought from Japan, from Okinawa, 2 ukiyo-e printouts. We have here 2 actors, and I've got a mask here, a Dali mask. I'm obsessed with Money Heist, La Casa del Papel. I'm going to do a video about this in my Romanian channel too. And I also have here a cat, which needs to go over there. And you know what I would really like is to have like a box light to put it over there and maybe put my logo there, or my motto, travel more, live life. The background to me looks pretty nice, you know, kind of like organic, symmetrical. I think it's pretty cool. I can continue decorating it if I have really good pieces of artwork. At number 8, let's talk about cables. The bane of every YouTuber, cables everywhere. Try to be as organized as possible with your cables. To me, this is actually pretty organized. I keep them loose. I don't coil them around any, you know, wire, because I want to be able to move these lights around. All right, so cables are very important. Have extension cords from every power source. I also have one here under the bed in case I need an extra one. And it's also important to have charging points, right? Like the worst thing that can happen is for you to want to record and run out of battery, or not have any juice left in the batteries at all. So I'm always charging and recharging, making sure I have power in my cameras. At number 9, let's talk about lighting. Now, I mentioned that the best light is for the natural light to come outside of your window, but sometimes, not sometimes, most of the times, you will also need some studio lights. I have this 3-point lighting system which I bought here in China very cheap. I also have another LED light which I don't use anymore that often, but I finally figured it out how to set up the lights, and just like the cameras, they're always out, and all I have to do is switch them on or off and on. It's pretty nice, this kind of like yellowish greenish hue, and you know, press record. So keep your lights ready for rolling and recording. And there are also cool bedroom lights too. They can be reading lights and whatnot. Alright, so since this is your bedroom YouTube studio, let's talk about bedroom furniture. A bedroom must have a bed or a mattress at least, right? My recommendation is to move all the bedroom furniture in the corners, so that you can save all the space for your YouTube studio, right? So move everything in the corners, keep the wardrobe as close as possible to the bed, so that you have this area of movement here, because you're gonna need it when you record. You need cables around, you know, you need some space to move around too. And also, if you keep the bedroom in the corner, you still have some space over there for a small table, for 2 chairs, you know, to sit down and read or drink coffee. But it is also a very good space, you know, to do some recording too. I already have materials prepared for my Australian souvenir videos. All right, and that was it. So, to quickly recap my 10 points on how to build a good YouTube studio in your bedroom, remember your geography, face the window so you get natural light, improve the sound of the room with acoustic panels, make sure you have a comfortable working area, keep the cameras out and ready to roll on tripods, invest some money in the microphone, use some personal touches in the background, keep the cables organized and the charging points ready to charge your batteries, use good lighting so that the videos are nice and crisp, and at number 10, think about organizing your bedroom in such a way so that you can, take advantage of the space that you have. And that was the vlog for today. Oh, I forgot to turn on the lamp over here. Gives a nice yellow light. I hope the video inspired you to start your own YouTube channel and your own YouTube studio at home in your bedroom. No complaints, no moaning, no about anything. Just start doing it, start recording, start putting your stuff out there on the internet, wait for feedback and then repeat. All right, until tomorrow, this is Vojko Michnia signing off from my Beijing studio, newly rearranged. Ciao.